Um, Welcome to the first episode or episode 0 of the Minimal Podcast. Um, what's it called? Yeah. My name is well, my online name is gonna be Proto Zane or Proto, but my real name is Javi or Javier. You can call me either or. I don't really care. Um, but yeah. No, this is episode 0. I'm just gonna call it the pilot, and then after the stream ends, probably edit out the stream starting part and then just keep this part here. Uh Hello. And yeah, um this episode is going to be pretty much just so people can get to know me, who I am, and like get to know the type of person that I am, what I do, my goals, my dreams and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna be the first episode. It's probably just gonna be like a good 20-30 minutes, and then episode 1 will hopefully have a guest if I can. um yeah. So as I said, my name is Protozane on the internet. In real life, my name is Javier, or you can call me Javi, either or. uh it's not with an H, by the way, because a lot of people say that it's an H. No, it's Javier. And yeah, no. This is a project that I've been working on, called the Minimal Podcast. I've been trying to do this for like about 2 to 3 months already. And yeah, kind of wanted to do this with a friend. If let's say, for example, one episode I don't know what to talk about, so I can just bounce off with him. But he decided not to, and that kind of was a little bit sad, but I can manage. And yeah, um I'm from the Bronx. uh I'm currently 15, 16 in 2 months. What else? um yeah, no, I'm a high schooler currently right now. About to go into winter break in like a week. Thankfully, this week my teachers have let me have the week off, so I can catch up on work and stuff. I don't need to catch up on much, but yeah. Um, Thank you for the follow, by the way. And what's it called? What else? Um, Hobbies. Currently I'm like really into doing a lot of photography at the moment. I've taken pretty much all my pictures and uploaded them onto Instagram, mainly just so I can learn more. And um, what else? What else? What else? What else? Um, I really don't know. I don't know what people would like to know about me, but let's see. Um, yeah, I do photography. Currently I occasionally play the guitar. I'm not great at it. Um, I play games pretty much. I'm not like some amazing esports player or god tier player that, that would be like, I don't know, like super sweaty at games. I'm not really like that. Yeah, the games that I currently play are CS:GO a little bit. I'm mainly playing Valorant. I play Minecraft a little bit as well. Um yeah, no. I really don't have a pretty interesting life. It's just me playing games usually or taking photos. Um let's see. So I was pretty much born in Manhattan. I'm not actually from the Bronx technically, but I was only in Manhattan for like the first year that I was born, and then when my little sister was born, we moved up to I think we moved up to what's it called? Yeah, we moved up to Westchester Square first. I lived there for most of my childhood. Well, not most of it, probably until around the age of 7, and then for around 3 years I moved to Williamsbridge, which is like kind of a more Italian neighborhood compared to the Hispanic neighborhood that I come from. And yeah, it wasn't the best experience in my opinion. Um I what happened? Since it was a mainly white neighborhood, it wasn't the best since I didn't really make much friends there. Um but yeah, I had like two friends pretty much around that area at least, but I still went to the same school ever since I was young, which is PSMS 194. And I won't consider it like the most amazing school, but since I was there for pretty much half of my life at this point, uh like it was a good experience. I had a lot of friends, and since I was there for how many years? 9 years in that school. Cuz it was a K through 8. A lot of teachers already knew who I was, and what I was good at the moment, at least for that time. I was really a straight edge kid. I didn't really I didn't really like talking a lot. I didn't like go out as well. I didn't do anything like that, and go and play with friends in the park and stuff. No, I just stayed home pretty much for most of my years in at least in 194 until like the last year or two. Um yeah, no, but in 194 at least the experience isn't great. It's good. It's not like they're just gonna drop you like after you doing, I don't know, like getting a average, not amazing grade. They'll still help you out and stuff. But in my opinion, the teachers are great. Um but the way that they help you is not great. Like they occasionally do come up to you and be like, "Hey, I see you struggling a little bit. You need some help?" And I would be like, yeah, I would really appreciate that. And then they help me once, and then they just like forget about you unless if you're one of the super smart kids. They're always gonna constantly pick on like either the people that don't know much or on the smart kids after like two or three people try, because they're the smart kids and they're trying to get the class done. Um, but yeah, in my opinion, my favorite grade of being in that school was eighth or seventh, because I had a teacher for those 2 years called Mr. Assad, and he was a math teacher. He wasn't actually supposed to be teaching in eighth grade. He's a high school teacher, but I don't know why he was in eighth grade. And he was pretty chill. He would play music and stuff. He would you know since he liked a lot of really strange questions, he would always be like, "Hey, you know about this, you know about that." And sometimes he would especially like around the end of the year, he would either just like chill and like not give us a lot of work, or in 8th grade, he made us, well, he didn't make us. He let us watch Avengers Infinity War in school, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I had a history teacher as well. She was pretty cool as well. She was really nice to me. I really liked it. Um, but no, like it's not like an amazing experience being at 194, especially now with the younger generation. Even though I'm really not that old, I'm just 15. But yeah, especially now with how kids are being treated nowadays, the teachers are fine. The students are the ones that I really don't like. They think that they're amazing, like they're the best thing that can ever happen to anybody. Hey, no, not really. But yeah, no, the kids just like they think they're amazing, or they think they're like Instagram models and stuff like that, but they really aren't. They're just kids. But they want to feel like they're older, or like more mature, but half of the times they're just kids, bro. They act like they want to be like the biggest baddest kid in town, but then they just mess up so badly. um what else? Yeah, but no, that was pretty much my experience at 194. I had close friends, made some nice experiences, but that was pretty much it. And now I'm in high school in my second year. I'm a 10th grader. um and yeah, I really don't like high school in my opinion, especially now since I haven't actually had a full year being in high school since COVID happened. I've only been in an actual high school for like a couple of like 4 or 5 months maybe. And what else happened? So true. Yeah. Like I don't know about like in other countries at least about like teaching. I've only heard like a couple of, stories about, what happens uh in other countries like in New Zealand there's a school where they actually let you do what you want. So like let's say for example you like English more than math or something, so the entire year you take English only and you pass all the regions instead of it being in or like finals in other countries. um you do all of it in one year instead of having multiple different subjects in in all 4 years or all 3 years depending on how smart you are. um so you take 1 year ELA, one well English. The second year could be all math. The third could be all history, which is really good in my opinion. I would prefer to have that type of system than have different classes like throughout the day. I'd prefer to just have one class, one homework, and like be a master at that subject instead of um making students feel like they have to be masters in a subject at the same time for all of the different classes. It sounds confusing, but yeah, you kind of understand what I mean. um in my high school at least, they do care a lot about like they don't really care that much about you specifically. They care about who you are more. So let's say for example, right? uh it's not like the personality that you have, it's more of your gender or who you identify as. So let's say for example, right? You're, let's say for example, trans, or you're gay or you're lesbian. They prioritize you more than a couple of other kids, mainly because of your sexuality or who you identify as. And it's fine, I guess. It's not like it's not like I hate them. Yeah, in the US it's pretty strict as well, but you have a little bit of freedom. Like you can have like a couple of clubs, or you can have an extra class if you've already passed a couple classes. Like if you already did the regions for one for like your supposed grade, you can either go on to this to the next grade, or you can have that class as like a free period pretty much, but you have to be doing something during that time. So which is why a couple of kids in my school had art the first year, because they already did a regions before, or finals in other countries, so they already had that time free. uh but you have to be doing something at least. You can't just wander around the school for an entire period. And that's even harder because it's three schools, three schools in my building. So there's my school, which is base or Bronx Academy for Software Engineering. And then there I actually don't know the other two classes, I mean the other two schools, but they're also in one entire building, and it's not a big building, it's like 4 floors. So we have, for base at least, it's the top floor and half of the second floor. Then another school is uh the third floor and then half of the second floor. And then the final school has the first floor and the third floor, if I'm correct. And then the ground floor is the gym and lunch. So we also had to split that up, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is, to be honest. Yeah, no, in my school they have a lot of programs, like so you can be good or successful. you know um they have a program called the 9 to 14, which pretty much what was it again? You stay in that school for another 2 years. So instead of you staying there for 4 years, you stay there for 6. And if you stay those extra years and you do well and you pass, you get a diploma. So you get your high school diploma, but you also get a high school diploma, an associate's degree for cybersecurity. And I think like a week, I think like a week ago, we were like, it's not like you can take it as an option. I thought you could take it as an option when we first you were like when they first started talking about it. No, it's required. I don't know why. You have to take at least 1 year of the 9 to 14 program, and then you can decide if you want to do the rest of the years doing that. So it's so dumb in my opinion. Like in like right now at least, because I had a average of like, I think my GPA at the start of the year was like 3.5 or something like that, which is like a B plus if we change it into grades. um what's it called, you instantly get put into cybersecurity. So I'm already taking cybersecurity without taking the 9 to 14. So I don't know how that's going to work with me at least. But no, the teachers are just terrible. They don't know like half of what they're doing. Well, not all of them. It's just one specific one, and which is the computer science slash cybersecurity teacher. His name is Mr. Landy, and oh my lord, he is like, I don't want to be offensive or rude, but he's really bad at his job, in my opinion. Like, they were like, sometimes during this year I was being lazy. So I occasionally, didn't do work, and then it started, getting on, and like, it started like, being a big problem. So I started to you know actually do the work. So then I kept emailing that teacher when I did one of his work so he can put it in and grade me. Never Almost never got a reply or a response, and my grade has still been the exact same thing since the beginning of the year. um but no, some teachers are really nice, some of them are great, like the English teacher. If you catch up on work, she instantly gives me a grade, tells me what was wrong with it, and if I needed to change it again, I would do it because she's really nice. My geometry teacher, not the best, but not the worst as well. Who else? My art teacher. I'm not a really like, if anybody here likes design and stuff like that, good for you. But I really don't like art. I'm not like an artistic person. I don't like drawing and stuff like that. That's more of like my little sister's thing. And yeah, no, I'm terrible at her class. uh yeah, and what other class am I missing? Like my science class. I forgot what class, like what the actual subject is, but pretty much my science class. Um, not the best as well. He really, like, he gives us. I don't know if it's because he doesn't know much English because he has an accent. Um, but like it's really hard to identify what he wants. He pretty much just gives us the work and then he's like, good luck. How old are they? How old are they? I really don't know. Some of them are, yeah. I know my teachers. Uh, I don't know. They're between the age of like 40. Probably, actually no. There's like a 30-year-old around there. Um, like a 30 to, let's say, 50. Those are their age range. Um, yeah, no, but I don't know their actual age because I've never asked, pretty much. Mainly because I barely know them. I don't know any of the teachers except for which was the cybersecurity teacher because I had him last year already, and then I think one other teacher because I also had them last year. But after that, COVID, like, oh my lord, it's been something. I'm gonna say, like, I would prefer, like, obviously I would prefer to stay, like, to actually go to school and learn there. Um, but no, I feel like if schools were a little bit, just a little bit more stricter when it comes to the rules to COVID, at least in schools, I feel like the experience would be better. Like well, not half, almost all of the students don't have their cameras on, so not that old to be bored of their job. I think so. Yeah. I don't know what they have behind their scene, like behind the scenes and stuff. Um, but yeah, no. I feel like if schools would make it mandatory to have your cameras on, I know that some students don't have like the ability to turn on their cameras and stuff like that. But for the people that do, I would feel like it's best if they were to keep their cameras on or actually interact with the teachers and not just use chat if they can. Um, and you know, actually have like a bond between the teacher and the student, because if you're there in person, yeah, you would obviously have a bond with them because you get to know them, you get to like crack jokes with them occasionally, you get to be, you get to actually interact with them and see how they would react to different things. But when it comes to being in quarantine, it's really not the best. It's just you either looking at a blank screen with the teacher's camera on, and then a bunch of other people that don't talk or just talk in chat occasionally, not even always. But there's also, the good sides to it, which is mainly just for the students, to be honest. Like they can you could just do other things instead of looking at a screen and being bored. You can like catch up on work, which is what I usually do. Like in classes, I usually just catch up with work, or yeah, mainly just catch up with work or do homework that is going to be due. And yeah, like I think that's the only benefit that you get of being in what's it called, in quarantine. But after that, yeah, I feel like schools aren't the best at the moment. But yeah, that's pretty much pretty much what you need to know about me. Well, not all, but that's a good chunk, I guess. I don't know. Like if you want to know what type of music I like instrumentals mainly. I do like occasionally hip hop or rap. Um I'm saying a lot because I don't know what to say. um but yeah, what else? My favorite type of games are usually FPSs. Uh, hmm. I prefer minimalist like stuff. Like if I had an option to either have a really minimal and clean house instead of having like a bunch of stuff in it that I probably won't even use, I would prefer to just have like a really clean house that's like all white, black, like all matte and stuff. I really like just like the color white and black a lot. Um, what else? Um, I actually, even though you know, if anybody here knows who DJ Soul Park is, I did go to one of his events. And we talked and stuff. And even though I do watch his stuff, and he's like a DJ that's like really excited and usually and stuff like that, um, I actually don't like going to parties and stuff like that. What is my goal for the next few months? My goal, I don't have one really. In my opinion, I just want to do this. I want to do the minimal podcast. And work on it more. Like probably have like a book right next to me, which with like actual notes and what I should say if I run out of things to say, instead of saying or being quiet for like a couple of seconds. Probably do that. And what else? Work on this. Work on this. Have at least, let's say for example, by half of the year in 2020, have at least 20 to 25 episodes. Maybe. I don't know if I can make that happen, especially with me not knowing what to say half of the time. I'll probably have a constant stream of guests to talk. Hopefully, if I can convince them. We're in the SP fam. Oh, I forgot. My brain is small. I keep forgetting who's who because there's like 30 people that join the chat in his not in his server, in his streams every day. So I'm not looking at half of the chat. I'm mainly just having I mainly just have Soul Park in the background for background noise if I'm not talking to anybody. And then, on Tuesdays I occasionally interact. Thursdays I mainly just let him do his thing. And if somebody says hi, I will obviously reply to it. But no, I'm like, even though I'm like the first person or one of the first people to be there for him, um I really don't interact much. I mainly just stay in the background. It's mainly just like what I do half of the time, especially with like smaller streamers and stuff like that. I say hi, I say how are you doing, like how's your day been and stuff like that. But then after that, if they don't have any questions for me, or or like if I have nothing else to say, I will just keep them in the background. If they ask something, I will respond. Um, but after that, yeah, no, that's pretty much what I do. Yeah, that's this. I don't know what else to say. Anybody has any questions? Cause I kind of don't know what else to say now. I kind of have said pretty much, well, not everything, but a good amount of who I am, my background. Actually, not my background. I haven't said much about my background. I've said like where I like where I've been, but no, I am half Dominican and half Nicaraguense, aka my mom is from Nicaragua. I mean, no, my mom is from DR or Dominican Republic, and my dad is from Nicaragua, a Central American country. Uh, and I have a lot of family there. Yeah, I have a lot of family there, and yeah, but here in the US, I don't have a lot of family. I just have a couple of cousins and aunts and uncles around, around New York. But if you go like somewhere else out of New York, I don't have anybody, to be honest, except for one aunt in Philadelphia and an uncle in Miami. But if, let's say for example, you go to California or any of those countries, I mean not countries, states, um yeah, no, I have pretty much nobody here. Uh yeah, let's see. Um when it comes to academics, I'm dumb. At least to when they're like, "Hey, you got to you got to answer this question." I will not know anything. Would you rather live back home or here in the US? Would I rather live over there or here? That's a difficult question because I do like the commodities and the things that are here in the US and all the opportunities that you can get. But I do like uh being in peace in my parents' countries, especially my dad's country, cuz he bought a land a couple of years ago because he was inspired because um what was it? Yeah, when I've only been to Nicaragua once when I was around the age of 7, and there was a couple of family that had like pieces of land, and he saw me, like playing around and having fun. So he decided to buy his own piece of land, which I thought it was gonna be very expensive, but like for an acre of land, it's like $700 over there, at least something like that. And he bought an acre of land. He's building a house currently over there, and he took a couple of pictures when he went earlier this year. And it's so peaceful just seeing, just it's because he lives up in the mountains. it's just all trees, all nature, and like there's occasional houses and stuff, but it's just all land mainly, and then just houses that people have built and stuff. But compared to my mom's side, where she lives in the city, in DR, there it's pretty noisy, not gonna lie. But I do like being in cities. I'm not like a country person, mainly because probably I've lived in New York my entire life. And yeah, no, like I would like maybe living, in Nicaragua maybe for like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month. But I always gotta go back to my cities. I can't live in a what's it called, in the country for so long. If I wasn't doing photography or streaming, what career fields would you be interested in? Oh no. Um I don't know. I really don't know. I've liked technology for a while, and I've messed around with phones. I've broken phones like software wise. Messed around with computers. I've done virtual machines and stuff like that. So I would probably, if I didn't know anything about, photography or streaming, I would probably just be down the same path that I was a couple years ago, which was just find a job based off technology. Probably, since I didn't do anything of like this in eighth grade, I probably would have just been doing the 9 to 14 right now, and trying to get that cybersecurity degree. So then I can start working pretty much instantly. But yeah, no, I don't know really. It would probably be something just related to technology though. Um, yeah. But no, right now, at least my current careers that I'm trying to go for is obviously a photographer. I love taking photos and just like taking my time, and then once I get home, or if I occasionally in the future buy myself a laptop, if I go overseas and stuff, edit photos and see how people reply to it, and see if people like the actual images, what they have to say about it. And you know I like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like it's kind of like feeling good when you take a picture and you upload it, and then like you worked hard on editing the photo, and then people like the image, or they criticize it, but it's not like hey, your photo's bad, or hey, you suck at this. It's mainly hey, it was a good image, but you maybe could have tweaked, maybe um the brightness, or the depth of field, or etc etc. It feels good. It does feel good. uh Thoughts on college. Would I go? Would I not? Would I just get a job, or would I take a break from school and then go to college? Okay then. My thoughts on college is, it's not like, even though I've never been to college, like it's just the thoughts of a 15-year-old. But uh I really, in my opinion, if if jobs didn't need like a diploma, I would say that it's not required. I really believe that you like you really don't need so much education on like one thing from college, that you could like be spending thousands of dollars on, when you could just do it online. Like all that information that you would learn, that you would have to pay for in a college, is most likely just the same information that you could find online. And you don't need to take tests to show that you're good at something. You just have to prove yourself that you're good at, let's say for example, I don't know, like being a good architect. You don't have to take exams for that to show that you know your stuff. Like you just have to prove to a person that you're good at something, and then you can get a job. Like you don't really need it. I don't understand why schools or like not schools, jobs, especially the good paying ones, require college. Because like an example is my dad. He he has never been to college before, and because he left Nicaragua when he was around 18, because he was in the military before that. He what's it called? Like he never got the opportunity to be in college or experience or get a degree of any sort in college. And when he came here, he didn't know a lot, obviously, because he was just an 18-year-old that you know just got out of the military and didn't want to go back. Um, but like years after, he's now 51, and he's been working in the like being a superintendent, which is taking care of an entire building for over 20 years now. And he's never needed a what's it called, a college degree to be good at it. He's just needed to experience how it is, like how to do things, how to repair a toilet correctly, how to actually build a building, because he's been needed to do that before. And he's done all of that without needing a college degree, or without needing to go to college and learn how to do it. He's just been doing it. He's seen how people do it, or like people have shown him how to do something, and he can replicate it or make it even better than it was before, all without needing to do college. And now he has a good paying job. uh I wouldn't say like we're wealthy or anything. We're barely above the middle class. Not above, barely in the middle class, mainly because of the benefits that you get from being a superintendent. You don't get to pay for rent. You get your own apartment, which is pretty good in my opinion. You don't have to pay for electricity. You don't have to pay for heat. You don't got to pay for water or anything like that. It's all free. All of that is free for you if you work as a superintendent. But you have to be taking care of everybody else's mess. So you have to take out the entire trash for the entire building. You have to clean all the floors, all the stairs, all the different actual floors, or the laundry mats, or all of those areas. You have to clean that, which it is stressful. But it is worth it at the end, depending on how much they pay you. Because when I was younger, he used to work for somebody else. He's not working with the same person that he was before. And he worked with him like for a good 8, 9, 10 years, like almost a decade. And because he didn't know much at the time, the the actual his boss took advantage of him, and didn't pay him well. I think it was only like $6.50 an hour for what he did, and it was a lot that he did. He even got into fights with not employees, with with the people that lived in the buildings, because they weren't doing what they were either smoking in the back, smoking in the garage, doing things that aren't legal, right? Like underage drinking. And he would obviously have to tell the teenager, hey, get out, and stuff like that. Like, and then he got into a fight with them because they didn't want to, and they were doing it in a garage, which was they obviously can't do that because they were doing it in front of a car that wasn't theirs. And then he got into a fight with them. And just be like, I wouldn't say if it was like racism or anything, but it kind of was, because the kids got like, they weren't even kids. They were like 16, 17 year olds. They were barely under 18 though. And mainly because at the time when we were in Williamsbridge, which was an Italian white neighborhood, uh white cops came up. My dad got arrested for like, technically not arrested, but he was stuck in a hospital for like a week because they broke a bone in one of his eye, like in his around his face. I don't know where exactly again. And it was it wasn't the best experience ever. But I think he got fined for that. But the kids, because they were definitely not doing anything illegal, even though you could pretty much clearly see that they were underage drinking, and like in the cameras, and he even recorded that after he came back. They got they got nothing. They what's it called? They didn't get a fine. They didn't get like arrested, or they didn't get like called by their parents even, but like that. Nothing happened with them. They were just like, yeah, they're just kids. Hey man, like they're kids, bro. We can't do anything about it. So that happened, but after that, he got employed by another person. He wasn't the best employee, like the best boss ever as well. He worked only with him for like 3 years though, which was I was glad because he was treating him pretty badly. He got paid. I don't know how much he got paid for, but it wasn't the best. He had to take care of three buildings at the same time, and you know, it wasn't the best in my opinion. Until now, a year ago, he got employed by somebody else named Billy. That's all I know about him. I didn't ask much about who's the boss and stuff like that. And he's been a great employer so far. Well, a boss, sorry. Um, he treats us pretty well, even though we only had to take care of one building now. We get paid well. We have in my opinion, a better house than we have ever before. Um, and now we're able to do things that we couldn't do before. Like before, even though I don't think there's footage of it like anywhere, but I did actually stream back when I was 11, 12 years old, and you know it wasn't the best because mainly because I didn't have my own room. I still technically don't have my own room, but I didn't have my own room. I was actually sleeping in the living room. Uh, and then the employer before, I was sharing a bed with my sister because the bed was like not the bed, the room was big enough. But now she has her own room mainly because she's a lady, and now I don't technically have my own room. The area that I have is the dining area, but since we don't have like a really big table or anything, we walled up the dining area, and now it's my room. This is my desk right here, and then like right next to me is my bed. But yeah, I would say that this is the best one that we've been living in so far. Best house at least. Yeah, no, but that's pretty much who I am. Uh, just a kid that doesn't know what to do now with his life. So I just wanted to do something, which is now the podcast and photography. So if you wanna see what I do, especially with like my photos, um, you can check them out on Instagram. There's my handle right there. Let's see what question we have here. So knowing what with that being said, hearing slash knowing about your father's experience, did that make you want to think outside the box and try going down a different path? So, I never wanted to be like a superintendent like my dad because I was just like that's too much work. But no, like my parents have always told me to go to college, get a good job, uh try to be independent as quick as you can, so you can have your own freedom and stuff. But then they sometimes say, hey bro, life is hard sometimes. I wouldn't recommend, like it's weird. They tell me sometimes, yeah, independent, like make yourself independent. um but then sometimes they're like, you're kind of too young to be independent. So it makes no sense sometimes. But in my opinion, I like I want to know how this whole podcasting or photography thing works. And if by the time the last year of high school comes by, or by the time I graduate, uh I want to first get a job before going to college. I want to know like how a real job is like, because I've only done SYEP, which is summer youth employment program, which really isn't a job. It's more of just like school, but you get paid for it at this point. And yeah, I probably will want to get a job first. Like see how how having a job works, how taxes work, how having your own apartment works and stuff like that, because I don't know how to do anything like that. And if by the year or by maybe even a second year, if things go well, uh if if by the second year things aren't the greatest, I'll probably do community college first, so I can at least have a degree without needing to pay so much. And then if I feel like I want to learn more or get an even better job than maybe what I will get out of getting the an associate's degree, I'll probably get into a university or a college or apply for a scholarship if I want to. But in my opinion, I feel like I would probably maybe go down a similar path, but not the same one. Probably not go to college, or if if by the time I'm 18, this podcasting thing or the photography game goes well, and I just have to do a podcast, take photos, and have my life set. That would be an amazing thing to do. Just like sit down, talk with someone for like an hour maybe, and just talk, and then have a living like out of that, or like taking pictures or videos for people professionally. That would be an amazing thing to have as a job as well. Like I would be the happiest man alive if I could do that. But yeah, no, I would probably go down a similar path if we're being honest. Yeah, uh, like the I don't like the one main goal in life, at least at the moment, is to leave something behind. I don't I don't just want to have a job and then maybe have kids in the future, have a nice life. But then after maybe a couple of years, just like nobody knows who I am. Just like, be forgotten. So I want to do something that, you know, people will remember me for. Something that isn't just, hey, you remember this guy? Yeah, he was a nice guy. Have something, I want to have something that people can look back at and see the type of person that I was before. See who like my personality, like what I did, the accomplishments that I've done, and you know, like be remembered for something that I did. Like maybe in the future, if this becomes big enough, maybe I will, make a fundraiser, or like make a fundraiser to help out people, not just to help myself, or create a fund that helps out people that are poor, or people that want to do things that like are like this. Uh do like I want to do something that somebody will remember me for, you know, as the type of person that I was. And, have a good day as well. Yeah, and for what were you saying? For myself personally, I don't think I have the IT factor or the want or passion to stream or be a gamer, so that's why I'll most likely go to college. Yeah, if like in my opinion, if you've never like if you might have like a small, interest in, I don't know, gaming, or in anything that you have, but if you feel like you know, you can't, like, it's not like that you can't do it, that you like don't know how to do it, then you don't have to if you don't want to. But if you know that you want to do something and that you want to be good at it, I would recommend you actually trying your hardest and see how far it goes. But yeah, we've almost reached the 1 hour mark, so I will probably end the stream now and say goodbye. It was nice to talk. um now you guys know who I am, what I do, what I want for the future and stuff like that. And uh I will probably see you guys at another time. You know, have a good day, y'all. I will talk to you guys in a couple of days or weeks.